So, welcome guys and gal back to Blessed Lays. It's been quite a time. I have been playing New World. I have been playing Conqueror's Blade. There was a new season. So, yeah, it's been quite hectic these days. Yesterday, by the way, I did a stream in the evening with my friend. We built a PC for him in the old PC building simulator, which is actually the latest update. But we used to play a long time ago. It was fun when I used to play. Quite fun. So if you liked watching the seed, or if you have played PC Building Simulator, go watch that stream. It was a heck of a fun. By the way, it was my first stream. I loved it. Now, today we are going to talk about Ranger class. I already have made quite a lot of videos about this, but today we are dwelling into specific builds. Specific builds with different blessings. Today we are going to talk about the Crescent Moon, and in future, possibly tomorrow, we will talk about Lionheart, Park of the Wolf, and Gift of Valor. I'm upgrading all of them. At least I'm going to max them out with the green ones, green blessings, and then I'm going to make video on all of them because I think all of them are just great. All of them can work, but people don't like them to use them because they don't know how to make them work. But I will tell you all of the builds that you can actually have. The Gift of Valor being the cheapest, I think. The Lionheart is popular, the Crescent Moon is really popular, the Mark of the Wolf sometimes people use it, and because these two are popular, they are expensive. Especially the Crescent Moon being the most damaging class build is just a heck of expensive. It's like it's 200% of what you can get for any of them, and by expensive I mean because you need blessings, and the blessings are really expensive for this one, and the build you actually need. So look at me. So let's see, let's talk about skills. We're gonna talk about the gear, we're gonna talk about the ruins, we're gonna talk about the accessories, we're gonna talk about the blessings, actual blessings which is there, the skill in there. We're gonna talk about class skills, and then we're gonna talk about the gear you actually needed for it. So let's start with blessing. Before that, let me make sure that I am actually recording, because I recorded till this point before, but yeah, it didn't work. Anyways, Crescent Moon, accumulate. First skill, I'm going to see it. So it's an activate the Eye of the Storm, blah 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 blah, triple shot, hammer shot, and lightning arrow. So lightning arrow is a must skill, triple shots and hammer shot are going to be your main skills that you be doing normally. Let me show you what that means. That means 1, 2, 3, and then triple shot, and then it's going to be hammer shot, and the triple shot and the hammer shot in the end is going to apply that accumulate buff on yourself. If you go for any other thing in that category in your normal basic attacks, it won't apply that skill, so it's not worth doing that. Now that skill will increase your Tempest Volley damage and your cooldown for the lightning arrows. As you upgrade it, it will go up. As you can see, 1.2 to 1.3, and then 0.5 to 0.6, and so on. Learning the rope, the second skill, passive skill, lightning arrow is shot 3 times, decreases the cost of arrow lightning arrow -5. Now, initially it won't be 3 times, of course, it will only be 2 times, and then it will come to 3 when you're in blue, already done with the 5th level 11. So it's a great huge buff. Because lightning arrow also helps in accumulate, applying accumulate, so 3 of them can apply 30 accumulation. That means around like 40% extra damage for Tempest Volley, which is a huge deal when you're talking with bosses. Now the third skill, haste, it is a extremely important one in this scenario. Decreases skill charging time for Tempest Volley -60%. Right now I am sitting at -60%. When you start with the Crescent Moon, the start, if you're using Tempest Volley, you will notice it takes a heck of a time. It takes a lot of time just to charge the skill. But if you use this skill with haste, if you have upgraded it, it just becomes so easy. It just charges instantly, and when you upgrade it even further, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come down to -100%, and that would be a huge deal. Plus it increases Tempest Volley damage, so it's a huge buff. Extend, now the increases the maximum capacity of arrows and increases the damage of double shot type combos and skills. Now I wouldn't care about these arrows, but that 60% increase in damage for combos and skills, even that's a huge deal because we're going to be using all of the double shot type skills. Now with that said, let's talk about the skills. Now the first one, of course, lightning arrow is just really important. As you can see, I upgraded to level 18. I'm gonna bring it up to level 25, and I'm gonna try to bring this one up to level 30. Tempest Volley is a must, as it is it's just must. You've seen it. All of the passive buffs, it's for lightning arrow and Tempest Volley. And then we have fire from above because it is a double shot type skill. If you don't know, every skill has a type. Then we have the mark because I don't think there's any other double shot. Yeah, the lightning arrow and the fire from above, they are the only double shot type. So instead of having something like erupting arrow or something else, the mark really helps because you can just put a mark on and then you can go for the Tempest Volley, rain of arrows, Tempest Volley, lightning arrows. It will just increase overall damage for everything. Now I'm going to try to bring it up to level 10, but it is problematic because it is extremely expensive. Both the mark and bottomless quiver, they takes a lot of skill points when they go up. So these are the 4 skills you're going to use. As you can see on the bottom right corner, these are the skills I'm using. Mark of that's lightning arrow, rain of arrows, and then Tempest Volley. And this is the combo I use. I start with rain of arrows, mark, Tempest Volley, or sometimes I go with lightning arrows before the mark of death runs out, and within the time limit I go for the Tempest Volley. So now let's talk about class skills. Now the class skills doesn't actually really matter like these passive skills. Normally, like Tempest Shot won't do anything. A reload, I won't use reload at all because they do give special arrows, additional arrows, but the problem is then you're going to have to consciously charge it again and again and again. However, if you're not using these skills, it will charge out, the arrows will charge automatically, which is just great, which is better than this. We're going to use this one in Mark of the Wolf and maybe possibly in Valor. Now then the only skills I see are these 2 ones, because sometimes when you're fighting with mobs, you can actually flash them, and then this one can also help knock them down, which could help in PvE, but most of the time when you're fighting bosses and in dungeons, you won't use these skills anyway, so you just leave it. And the third skill you see is from my Union skill. So I already talked about Union. You can watch my video guide on Union and how that works. Now what's left? See, let's talk about the weapons and gear. So the weapon I'm using is critical hit rate. It's Grand Priest bow. Now it is extremely important that you maximize your crit hit rate. So for me, I went with the bow 5.6 because I needed. I was getting a 6.9. But the problem is when you're actually looking for your gear, you have to look for a gear that gives you at least 2 whites, because we are going to get that accessory. If I see you here, as you can see, we need 14 whites in order to get this buff 6.9. If you get like 2 greens, that would actually really helpful in increasing your health by 595 on top of it. But getting 14 whites, it's extremely important. So for that, and also we have this ring that also uses 14 whites, that gives 35% crit hit damage, which is a huge deal. So 14 whites extremely important, so I went with the weapon whites. Secondary, I'm going with successor quiver that increases critical hit damage, both whites. Now it is a bit less in terms. I could have gotten a bit more, but the problem was I didn't have enough starseed, and also I was desperate for more whites. The helmet, I went with Usurper's headdress. This one increases critical hit damage. I got this for a good deal for 300,000. It was a good one. 2 whites, 31% critical hit damage, a great gear It is all 8 year, by the way. Tunic of the Dead, that increases 680. It could go up to 820, but this one is what I got, and I was said, all right, fine, I take it. It was like 200,000. It was a huge deal, cheap one. For leg, I got a really good one. 5.6%, 2 whites, crit hit rate, lovely. Treasure hunter, get it. For shoes, I even got crit hit rate on my shoes. The problem was I couldn't get any whites at that time. And for the next whole week, there was no shoes, Librarian shoes that gave any crit hit rate, which is really expensive. So I got it on a cheap deal. I kept it. I didn't care if I got a white on them or not. I completed my whites with other gear. Seeker's gloves. You're going to increase your damage, attack power. Definitely 2 whites. I went with it. For the shoulders, there's not a lot of thing gear here, so crit hit damage, definitely take it 2 whites. Great deal. For the belt, now the belt is the most difficult one to choose from, because in the belt category there's not a lot of good buffs. You're not getting any critical hit damage, you're not getting any attack power, you're not getting any crit hit rate, except if you get lucky, you can get this devastating belt when killing bosses, the legendary bosses. If you get lucky with this one, go for it. It's a great deal. You get it 4.25. It's a great one, but the only problem is you won't be able to get any ruins, and you won't be able to get any above gear score. You just stuck with it. But for 4.25 critical hit rate, I said this is a pretty good one. For the future, when I will have better gear with more crit hit rate, I might go for something like this one has bottomless quiver. I might go with 2 white or 3 white tempest volley, increase of skills, because when you're dealing with the above level 28 or level 25 skills, it takes like 200 and something skill points to actually upgrade one more time. At that time, this one helps a lot. So for the necklace I already showed, we're using a necklace of ancient evil. I don't know what's the price at the time. We're gonna go in the market and see what's the deal right now. But this is the necklace I'm using. You can also use the S tier necklace that gives you 10 critical hit rate. That gives you plus 10 critical hit rate, but it is extremely expensive. It goes up to like 2 million most of the times, above 1.5 million. So it's your choice. If you have the money, go for it. So let me show you. Okay. Ooh, man, you guys are killing it. Wow. Okay, I guess my treasure guide was successful and now it's broken. Anyways, let's see accessories. Necklaces. I go down. Okay, at holy shit, it's cheap. Oh my god. Sorry, by the way, I'm buying all of these cheap ones because look at this. 618, 205. Look at that. Holy shit, where do people get all of these necklaces? God, no wonder mine were not being sold. Well, I'm gonna hold on to them because the supply, they will run out. Sooner or later, the supply is gonna run out, and then everybody is going to be desperate. Oh, this one actually being sold for a good price. Okay, then, okay, so for the ring, we are using the ring of the plague. 35% extra crit damage. Huge deal. If you don't want to use that, there should be wait a minute. Okay, dimensional shroud, and then we have ring of plague. Okay, this one gives you some extra attack power, and this one giving you some extra sleep. I say go for this one because it's cheap right now. Or else you can go for this one, but I don't see why you wanna do that either. Yes, it will gives you 2 extra health. If you have 2 greens, definitely go for it. It's cheaper right now. You see why it is cheap, because it gives you the same thing, 35% attack crit hit damage, and nobody actually goes for these ruins for extreme PvP. If you're actually going for PvP, yeah, grab it, but but the alternative is just better. And I don't know what's the deal with this one. Why is this so expensive? Anyway, let's check other necklaces. The other necklace I was talking about, if it is even available. Not worth it, not worth it. This one, holy okay, not this one. Okay, I see why reds are so popular, but 23 fucking million, no way. Okay, where's that necklace? What is this? Huh. Okay, this one is also available. Yes, heartbreak necklace. Okay, as you can see, increase critical hit rate by 10%, and it was sold 2 days ago for 17 million, 50,000. As you can see why I was talking about it. 10% extra crit hit rate, but for 20 white ruins, it is a great once you get it. Once you're high level, go get it. It's a great one. Now let's see weapons that you can actually have. So I'm using this one. Where is it? Grand Priest Pro. You can see, you just have to scroll down. This one is a great deal though. 500,000 you're getting a mythic one with 2 gear, and sometimes you can get lucky and get the 6.9% with 2 whites or 3 whites even. So if you get that, it's a great, the more the merry. So some other bows that you can actually go for. Now attack power is nice, but the problem is we need as much crit hit rate we can get for this build. But for the wolf build, I'm going to go with the successor bow for sure. Then we have in S tier we have this one for Crescent Moon. In S tier, this is the build, this is the bow you wanna go for. Now let's go for the offhand quivers. Right now I'm using, okay, so the cheap ones are going to be this, and then the better ones are going to be where's that one, this one, because there's 2 varieties of 8-year gear. First one is less buffs, and then the second one gives you around 35,000. Now this one is a good price, you can get it. Now let's see S tiers. For S tier, this is the one you're going to go for, but it's quite rare right now. So let's go in armor. For the armor, I'm using this one, the better one. You can get this one for quite cheap prices. Sometimes if you buy for the legendary one, you can get it for 200, 300,000 sometimes, depending on the dungeon gear. And for S tier, I would go with the same critical hit damage. I won't go for anything else. Then this is going to be your option, but extremely expensive. Tunic, I started by the way with this one, Tracker's Tunic, because I was getting something like this, 2 or 3, 2 whites, some attack power. It was legendary, fully maxed out, something like this, extremely cheap ones, and I needed those 2 whites. I got it because the Tunic of the Dead, the prices are extremely expensive. So if you don't have it, you just need something desperately with whites, and you can just get this one. It will work really well. That's what I started with. Now the slacks is extremely important. I started with the first I got the health one, because I couldn't get any one of where is that, this one, because I wasn't getting any good deals on this one. The supply was bad, but right now the supply looks good, so you can hunt for one of these treasure hunters. Now let's see, quickly talk about boots. For the boots, I think I went with this Librarians. Yeah, see the supply is bad again. This is what I was talking about. You can also go for the attack power, but for this build I would say no. You need to maximize your crit hit rate for this one. With the gloves, I went with the attack power. I have these ones. However, you can go for better ones, which are this ancestral leather gloves, which would give you increase attack power and stuff. And for S tier, you can do the same thing. You can go for the maximum attack power. Okay, in S tier it's not available. So let's talk about shoulder guards. This is your cheap ones, and then the ones I have are these ones. So Grand Priest leather bows, you can come here, go for the 2 possible 3 whites if you can get, but the problem with that is it's going to be, first it's going to be expensive, and second, if you're going for 20 whites you also need that necklace. For the pets, now let me show you what I meant. Okay, this is the only one that is available, and it's giving you 2.7, 2.7, 2.7, 2.7, possible 3.9, but even those are, look at the prices, even those are so expensive. If you get a 3% with 2 whites, take it. You can, because you can upgrade it the levels to a lot, and you can use it in the increased zones. Then we also have this ones. Holy shit, back. Oh my god, no wonder he put that price so high. That guy got lucky. And okay, now we even have this one. This one you get from the estate. I also have, I think, 1 or 2 of these. Then you have this Tempest volley skill, artifact, duration, not bottomless skill, defense, attack power. You see, there's not even attack power, no crit hit damage. It's just 1 or 2 increase in skills. That's all you get from here. So if you need HP, go for it. This is all you're gonna get here. So these are all the gears you're going to need, and yeah, so it's kind of it. These are the blessings, skills. For combos you're going to go with this one, not arrow rain. You go here and then you go there. These are the skills you're going to use for combos, and these are the skills you're going to use. So it's going to be it. So this is the guide. Please like, subscribe and share if you want to know how to use Lionheart, Mark of the Wolf, and Gift of Valor. Tomorrow probably I'm going to do Gift of Valor because this is the most upgraded one I have. Maybe Mark of the Wolf on after that. But before I go, let me show you my right now. Here, as you can see, 14 whites. I'm using that buff is active now. Here, that this buff is active. Let's look at here. There you go. Now to increase this attack power, you can go for better gear here, or you can go for the better one on this one, or straight up you can upgrade your bow even more and increase attack power in that way. This is gonna be it for today. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe and share, and I see you guys tomorrow in another one. See ya.